Wow. Breathtaking, isn't it? Where do I even start? I guess we can start with how bad the game looks with our laughably huge and ugly character sprite and the puke-colored pasture in the background for that so-called 3D effect. And then there's the ever-lovely music. Oh wait, there is none! I guess the ambient sounds of nature are more immersive than heart-pounding battle music. Then there's the movement, which is crippling to say the least. You move like you're constipated, and you move forwards and backwards, with having to press the jump or attack button in the other direction to simply turn around. So our first adversaries are the warriors with spikes on flagpoles. You have 3 types of attacks to deal with enemies, which include slashing, stabbing, and swinging overhead. Unfortunately, attacking is about as effective as eating a well-done steak with a spoon, since hit detection is simply unfair. How unfair? Well, your attacks have to be specific on where they hit on enemies with your sword. You can't attack at point-blank range, yet enemies can. You can't attack from a long range, yet they can. Notice a pattern? Not only that, but you have no recovery time and enemies can hit you from both sides and quickly hand your ass on a silver platter. The best way to deal with most enemies is to stab them as it pushes them back. Although it doesn't work 100% of the time, especially when there's multiple targets. The slash is powerful and has slightly better hit detection at close range, but it's slow. The overhead swing is even slower and has ass-backwards hit detection, and really only useful against tall and flying enemies. Oh, and I noticed that in the other reviews of this game that I've seen, that crotch stabbing is a popular technique. I actually found that attack to be the most useless to use, even if it is kind of funny. It barely does any damage despite the fact you are stabbing people in the crotch. It doesn't push them back as much, and you're actually more subject to getting hit due to your crappy hitbox. So stick with killing guys by stabbing them while standing. Oh, but when we do kill enemies, you really do hear their screams. Well, at least it's better than this. But not by much. But wait, there are still the potions, and like I said earlier, it is the only decent thing this game has to offer. You can collect up to 4 potions, and you use them by pausing the game and selecting which potions to use. Then unpause and the A button to use them. Convoluted much? There are blue, red, yellow, and purple potions. The first 3 restoring health, increased attack damage, and damage and or stun all on-screen enemies, respectively. The purple has no effect by itself, but you can combine it with others for free lives, the fire sword power, and temporary shield invincibility. So while the potions are pretty good, it still doesn't help as much as you wish it could due to the bad gameplay. Okay, got the gist of the game down? Good. Now let's just see how far we go on our little epic quest. The first stage is pretty straightforward. Just go forward and stab the guys. The next stage is full of spikes, so we have to fly or die by jumping and dodging the spikes, and dealing with enemies that don't get hurt by them at the same time. Brilliant. At the end, we have a slightly different set of spikes, and... What the... How did I die? Watch out for traps. Yeah, thanks for the warning, assholes. You mean the middle set of spikes instantly kills you, even though it's just 3 spikes together instead of 1 or 2?
Logic, what's that?
Well, after that, we get into town and...
What the hell was that?
Let's just forget that happened and move on. Now we run into these armored militia and demon insects. The armored guys don't have as much range, so they're easier to take Stupid stick fuckers! Yeah, the pole guys are here too, but luckily there's only a few of them. The demon insects are just annoying. They're weak, but they fly around and make an annoying sound, then leech onto you and drain your health. After dealing with those, we run into a couple of giants, and these guys bash your head in like a Canadian does to a baby seal, and having 2 of them attack at once from both sides doesn't help much either. In order to kill these guys, you swing at their torsos, or use a zapper potion to get them to their knees. Then, with the nitpicky hit detection, decapitate them. After that, we enter pure hell. Remember those infinite zombies? Well... No! Stop! I'm not doing that! Spunky's already did that cliche joke. Besides, zombies like this don't even deserve Thriller. These are, bar none, the worst zombie enemies you'll ever face. They puke at you, come out of the woodwork instantly, and when you kill them, they turn to a stream of fireballs! Plus, they can drain your health by standing next to you! What, do they have the plague or something? Oh, and you can't jump over enemies in this game, which make this particular stage absolute torture. Stabbing zombies does keep them at bay, but the fireballs that shoot outwards somehow draw you in! Combine all that and it makes it almost impossible to dodge all this, and I die. And die. And die! After you lose all your lives, it's game over. No continues or anything. You just go to the Hall of Shame and the title screen.
Well, they say persistence is key. Key to what I may never know, but let's give it another shot.
This time I'll pick the heroine, who also looks ridiculous. I'm not actually sure which hero looks better. After 2 shield potions and losing a few lives, I finally reached the end of the stage and reached Cragmore Castle! So we're finally in the castle! Okay, took care of a couple of demon insects and...
That hurt, game. That hurt a lot.
Okay, let me get this straight. The game expects you to kill these giant assholes with a pit in front of them that has no indication. Okay, there's challenge, and then there's stuff like this that makes I want to be the guy look fair in comparison. But nevertheless, let's give it a shot. Yeah, I thought so. I had enough of this Chinese water torture.
I don't need to draw you a line to show you how bad this game is. It's ugly, broken, unfair, and by far the worst game I own in my collection. I only paid like $2 for this, and I still feel ripped off. Although, the box is kind of worth it because of the hilariously bad description in the back. But still, this is one game I am not happy taking home. And I hate to say it, but you're getting evicted. Get the property off my fuck! Wait, what? Nah, whatever. This is the Blondeguygamer. Thank you for watching my review.